Hi guys. So here is a reading vlog. Some of the stuff is stuff I've read within the last couple of weeks. Some of it is stuff I've read in the last couple months. Enjoy. Regularly and timely videos will be coming out shortly. But enjoy this while we have it. This is so freaking good. So it is dark romance. It is XEX Club. It is, there are some more risque elements of this. It is a little on the dark side, although like think 50 Shades, but actually good. This is also a really good depiction of what these kinds of relationships can look like. It is, I've gotten done this week, like this, because I've had this huge final project due, and I'm gonna have to pace myself with this book. Like, it's a little tense, if you know what I mean. Not like in tone, and this is just the first one. Like we don't even have, I will say I'm kind of getting tired of the like trauma line in all of these dark romances, and like this is definitely the kind of thing, like in between these books I'm gonna need a pellet cleanser, and I've also just started Fourth Wing, so like I want to make interesting like videos and stuff, which means I have to plan, but like the mood reader in me wants to be like, must read all of this. So I'm letting myself read the first book, mostly because I'm getting like a chapter here, a chapter there, like not even a chapter, I'm getting a couple of pages here and there. Like that's how big of a final project I have, and school comes first. So partially because of sides, if I'm being completely frank, like this is a little big. If you don't know, I'm a caregiver for my grandmother, and tomorrow she has a doctor's appointment, so I won't be taking this ginormous thing into the doctor's office. Not because I give a rat's ass what people think about me reading this kind of content. Besides, they'd have to be in the know, because other than this, like, obviously looks like a romance novel, there's no way you know what kind of romance novel it is, because this thing is heavy. Like, she thick. She wrote me. Anti-Hero by Sarah Case. Very tired. And I've got thoughts. I've got a lot of thoughts about this book. I mostly read this on my day off, so I didn't vlog about like any of it because I'm trying to like actually be good about that. Okay, I have so many thoughts about this book. Okay, let's start with the good. As always, her writing is brilliant, her character development is good, her emotional beats are there. The spice is there, the spice is good without being cringy at all. But let's talk about some of my thoughts. I think maybe this is a chair video. And why is my camera not focusing? Okay, so this is about Adam Good and Sage. And Adam comes from this pastor's family. He's a pastor's kid who also went into the ministry, who works for his father's ministry. And his father is a mega church pastor. Now, if you Sage by fluke, their meet cute is actually adorable because they just meet at the same dinner and they just share a dinner because it's really busy and there's enough space for the two of them. But Sage works with her boyfriend who owns a sex club, and Adam is like gung-ho for the ministry now. Hi, editing will be here. Okay, I think I can sum this up a little bit better. So basically, he comes from a mega church evangelical pastor's family, and he's in ministry himself. He also would have grown up in the I Kiss Dating Goodbye world and the Just Wait world and the true love waits experience. And although that was adjacent to my teen years, it was still within the circles that I was running in. And I think it's really, really, really important that we talk about this kind of stuff, because it did cause harm and it did end up making some things not work very well. And I would have loved to see him actually struggle with the purity culture messaging, especially when he catches his father where he catches his father. A bunch of my footage got corrupted, so I'm talking about praise here. Yeah, praise. I'm talking about praise here, which I really liked, and you get to hear me talk about it after chapter 17. Just know all the way up to chapter 17 is also very, very good. It's very well built. It's very well written. It's on Kindle Unlimited if you're curious. Yeah, that's all the things. Last updated you guys, I think, on chapter 9, now chapter 17, and things have progressed. This book is brilliant. Yes, it is a spicy romance, but it is so much more than that. This is like one person going through and discovering what they like, and like embracing their sexuality, and like, oh my god, it's so good, and such a healthy portrayal of the lifestyle too, of the lifestyle and the community. And like the voyeuristic, I'm not voyeuristic at all in the slightest, but oh boy. Anyway, this is phenomenal. I'm officially reading everything in this series. I'm officially reading the entire author's catalog now. It's so good. So good. And yes, something I wish men got was that when we say we want grand romantic gestures, that doesn't mean like buying a stadium or flying us to Paris. I mean stuff like, because Emerson buys her little sister, like it's her little sister's birthday. This chapter is just about her little sister's birthday party, and it's just her 15-year-old birthday party. Sorry, my headphones almost fell on the floor. It's just her little sister's 15th birthday party at a skating rink. Like, it's just cute and fun. I did something very similar at 14, so like that's just bring back all sorts of memories for me. But like this chapter is just about her little sister's birthday party, and one, I have to say, I love the family dynamic of them, like her and her mom and her and her sister. Like it's so real and relatable, and it's adorable, because her mom is a nurse, and you know they're all kind of dealing with the fact that Charlotte's dad left a couple of years ago because Sophie is some kind of queer that hasn't been expressed yet, but it hasn't even been confirmed yet. It's just some of the questions and some of the statements, it seems to lean that Sophie is some kind of queer. And you know, her mom and her sister stood by her, and her dad couldn't hack it. And you know, they're all kind of reeling from that and dealing with it. And I can't relate to that experience at all, but it is really remarkable to see this like triumphal family dynamic come out of it. But anyway, things have turned sexual between Charlie and Emerson, and like it's getting more than just that at this point, because he texts her and asks her what's going on, because it's Saturday, she only works for him Monday through Friday, and just tells him that, yeah, it's my little sister's birthday party, we're at the roller rink, you know, whatever. And he ends up showing up on time, and not only does he show up, which is adorable, and right before that, her and her mom have this little exchange, and it's so cute, and it's adorable, because her mom's like, so you seem happy. And her mom's also a nurse, so like her mom is not gonna be like weirded out by sex or like upset by it. She's just being adorable, and she's like trying to brush her mom off, and then Emerson comes in and she's like, that man is very attractive. Moment where she's kind of like, I'm like, so has her mom figured out that they're sleeping together yet? Because I think her mom has figured it out. But her mom is also not saying anything because her mom is waiting for her to tell her. And there's just this really adorable moment because her little sister wants to go to this anime fest that's really expensive, and she wants VIP tickets so she can meet some illustrators, and they just can't afford it. And I understand, like, cons and stuff are super expensive, but Emerson remembered a conversation that they had months ago, and not only did he remember the conversation, he bought Sophie tickets, and not only tickets but VIP tickets to the event. And like, if I didn't already like this man, because excuse me, who the fuck is texting me? They'll have to wait. Excuse me. Like, I am the youngest in my family, right? So like, I don't get that side of it, but I really do appreciate when authors actually portray like sibling relationships in a healthy way, especially with older siblings. Because my family's all really close, and you know, I don't see a lot of family dynamics that represent my family very often, where there's a lot of healthy dynamics and healthy adult relationships and like stuff going on inside of a family. And I appreciate that, you know, off the bat, first off. But also, like, seriously though, man, when we say we want intimate and like romantic gestures, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. Like, it has nothing to do with the monetary value of it, and everything to do with the fact that Emerson not only remembered that her little sister wanted to go to the con, but remembered that she wanted to go and meet a specific illustrator, and he purposely bought tickets for that and didn't like make a show of it. He just did it with a birthday card for her birthday and gave it to her as a birthday present, and just like he put forth the effort and remembered and actually followed through. Like, that's what we're talking about, guys. Like, we're talking about men that put forth the effort. Like, I can remember watching some trashy reality show, and this guy apparently didn't have a job at the time, which, I mean, it happens to us on Valentine's Day every once in a while. You know, it doesn't mean anything bad about a person. Sometimes you're in an industry, you know? And so instead of buying her an expensive gift, he cleaned her entire apartment, did all of her laundry, and made dinner. I mean, he deep cleaned her apartment and made dinner. And had it all ready for her when she got home. See, man, it doesn't have to cost money. It has to cost time and your attention, and that's what we want. We want your time, we want your attention, we want your devotion. We don't generally care about the dollar amount. It's the fact that you thought it through. Something as simple as buying somebody their favorite book or a sticker they would really like. It doesn't need to be a huge gesture, just that you prove that you remembered something that matters to your partner. That's what we care about, okay? It ain't that hard. Just, I finished praise. I literally started it. Like, I think it took me 24 hours. But let's talk about praise. So, at one point, he ends up going to, like I said, he went to her little sister's 15-year-old birthday party, right? So he went to Sophie's birthday party. And the chapter after that is where it's revealed, and this is what I was thinking, that Sophie is trans. And the way he takes that information is amazing. Look, very cis here, but like the fact that he's just like, because there's a picture of Sophie when she was a little girl and she's obviously dressed as a boy, and they have that. There's a really amazing scene where he's like, and a lot of this book is just so good. Like I know I've said before, don't know if there are videos that actually survived because I had all this technical issue. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I have no idea if there are videos that actually made it into production that I've made that I can words, wow. In which I have explained as a part of this, I think probably last year when I tried to do it in not enough time, that this is like, this kind of a dynamic isn't generally the kind that I would go for, if that makes sense. So like, now the setup is dom sub, BDSM club, okay, so like that setup right there is, but like the fact that he is in his 40s and she is 21, and they're very, very clear on that. Generally speaking, most authors, and I know I talked about that with this video specifically, most authors make that come out as kind of weird and creepy, or at least the ones I've read. And I think the problem is, because I've just read 2 age gaps back to back where there are significant age gaps, I think the problem is I've been reading bad age gap and not good age gap. I think that's the problem, because this is so different. She is fully established as an adult, and that is the big difference, because a lot of these age gaps, they will make that person sound and act and be like a child, and it's just, and we're not talking about like an age play kind of thing, we're talking about like a uncomfortable kind of thing. Okay, so there's that factor to begin with. Okay, so the way it isn't hidden either, it's fully addressed, it's front and center, but it isn't made to be creepy, it's made to be normal. It is so well orchestrated by the author. It is just well done. And then, like I've been praising continuously, not only does she understand the scene, she understands the community of like the BDSM space, and just the amount of people that have not understood that have written stuff about this community, and like you don't even need to be a part of the scene or whatever to get it completely, but you do need to like respect that it exists. And like the amount of people that just ignore that kind of stuff is really, really frustrating. So there's that. Okay, so when she's trying to like learn stuff and like ask questions and be like naive, it doesn't come off as like creepy or uncomfortable. First off, she's actually working for this club, so like she's having to hire people that do specific types of bondage or are going to teach about consensual non-consent. That's just one I came up with. That's not in the book, although bondage is. So like legitimately she has questions about her job that she needs to ask. although things do turn semi-actual, it is not always. And there's also just like, I don't know, there's tons of other factors that are playing here, and like it's the way it's written. They both grow, they both change, they both adjust, and this is how Grumpy Sunshine is supposed to work, because he's very broody and grumpy and she's very not. It's adorable. And like, she wants this. She wants this. She wants to be a part of this dynamic, and ends up basically asking him for it. And he reciprocates. And it's very good about the power dynamics and how they actually work and where the line is actually drawn and all of that stuff and everything. Okay. And there's a lot of like more risque things, like there is an auction. There's a lot of different rooms in this club, which makes me very excited because there's a whole 6-book series and I'm kind of going to read all of it. She does her own research. She asks questions. You know, like, it's like she feels like an adult, and what she's doing is she's actually discovering. I do not have. Okay, I need to add that as a subcategory. She's discovering who she is. She's finding her voice. She's asking questions. She's learning, and like, it's fantastic to watch her learn and grow. And actually I did buy the audiobook, so we're gonna put in 311 because I remember. Oh, and I'm not selling that, so that's wrapping. So like, she's growing and learning things about herself, learning to ask for things that she wants, learning what she does and doesn't want in a relationship, learning what's appropriate and what's inappropriate for her, learning where her lines are and where they aren't. Hi guys. So I read in full about the first 2 chapters of Organic Church, and then the rest of it I kind of skimmed. There's not much in here. It is very much old white man thinks he knows what he's talking about. I mean, like, it's not bad. Like, there's nothing bad about it, but it is very much a leadership book from the, when were you published? Early aughts. It was published in 2005. And it's just, I don't know how to explain what this thing is. Obviously I got my copy from the library. You can also get the audiobook free through Amazon Prime. I mean, through Audible if you have Audible. So just keep that in mind. Like, you don't even have to spend a credit on it. It's just a part of your membership. So if you really want to read it, go for that. But I wouldn't recommend it. There is a lot of just, I don't know, generic nonsense in this. Along with somebody who clearly doesn't understand things like DNA, explaining DNA. Like, it's not bad. It's not harmful. It's not dangerous. Like, I'm not concerned about this book's existence, but it's not good either. So I think we're gonna give it a 2-star, which I feel like was probably implied, especially since I started skimming so quickly. I don't even know why I didn't just DNF it. Oh, yeah, because it's actually usable for my class that I'm currently in. But other than that, it's just kind of, if I'm being fully honest. So I do not recommend by any means. So it's fine. It's not great. It's not even good. I mean, it's readable, which is saying something, but I don't recommend